Hi, this is Anna Imagination with the Healing Garden. This has been one of those things that's been bugging me for a very long time, and it's taken me decades to figure out why. Human resources. I'm sitting here going, human resources. What the hell is human resources? And the word just made me feel like I was vomiting in my mouth, and I finally found out why. Human resources sounds the people are the resource. Like, God, it reminded me of Soylent Green. Human resources. It is the person going in the death facility. And if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston's I said Charlton Heston and I lost track of thought. Just give me a minute. Charlton Heston's grandfather was so worn out by life that he decided to go to a death facility. The facilities are literally where you go to die. And he goes, and Charlton Heston is on this whole investigation thing through the whole movie. And his grandfather goes in and he fills out this card, and they're asking him, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite kind of music? And he's like filling it all out. And it's an impoverished, futuristic city where everything is just so horrific that they give people the choice to die. And you go in, you enjoy an hour or whatever of your favorite things. We are talking, nature doesn't exist anymore. So to see nature, you have to watch a video. Food doesn't exist anymore, which is why you have Soylent Green. And there's Soylent Red, there's Soylent Blue, but Soylent Green is the most popular one. I don't know why, but like why the other ones were dying out. I have an idea why, but that's really a spoiler alert. And he goes in and they kill him. They kill him. And then they take his body out. And Charlton Heston goes in. And Charlton Heston follows, like he's onto it. He's like, what is going on here? Something is going on. And he's just, this is how I feel in life. This is exactly how I felt. I felt like my life was suddenly super. I'm like, something's going on here. And I was Charlton Heston going, on to something. Something's going on. Like and I realized I just gotta climb to the top so I can see. So I'm like, I ain't gonna take it. So I'm climbing to the top of the mountain. And that's what Charlton Heston does, is he's like going through this, and he disguises himself as a doctor, and he finds the body and he wheels the body away, and he goes into this facility and he gets into this emergency room like this. It looks like they're taking him to the morgue. So he's riding on the back of the ambulance, and then they get to what he thinks is the morgue, and he's at this weird factory, and he's like, all right, and he goes in. He follows them inside this building, and the body is carted up and out, and the body's placed on a conveyor belt, and it looks like it's going to go into an incinerator. And instead of it going into an incinerator, it's going into a vat, and the vat is pushing out Soylent Green. Soylent Green is people. The population in Soylent Green has gotten so vast that in order to sustain the population, they recycle human people after their death into Soylent Green. And then they facilitate the process by giving an optional death facility so that people can just go in, die to get themselves out of their misery, and then they turn around and get turned into Soylent Green, which gets fed back into the people. So when I hear the word human resources, that's what I think of. That's what I've been thinking of. I'm like, human resources. That sounds so Soylent Green. Ugh. So I'm trying to figure out, well, this is not going to be hard. How about humans or people's resources? See the difference? Human resources versus humans, that they forgot the possessive S. You see what I mean? How about doing a possessive S? That would be nice. How about if we do a possessive S? That would be great. That way it's the resources for the people, resources for humans. But they didn't do that. They cut that out. So it's human resources. And now I'm going, so it's Soylent Green? It's Soylent Green, isn't it? Because why is it human resources? Why is it not humans resources? Oh, but we don't say that. No, it's Soylent Green. So I have a real, I couldn't put it in my business. I'm like, I cannot do, and I started to get this concept of putting humans resources into my business. And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, how, I want to do something where, I want to do something where we offer a resource, the resources for the people. where you come into the company and the very first thing that happens with the healing garden is we get the welcome wagon and then we say, hello, these are all of the resources. Welcome to our network. We want to make sure that you have all the resources you need for anything you need. Let's welcome you in, and it's a full tour of the garden. You make the most of the garden, and then you get we already have this, by the way. We have this already in place. You get the welcome wagon, you get the full menu. It shows you everything we offer. It shows you all of our free courses. It shows you our educational options, and it shows you what goes on with our mental health facilities, which are all free. It's all DIY healing, DIY healing, DIY resources. And then we have all of our theory, which is all the pre-recorded stuff. We have our literature, we have reading, we have resources. I'm getting ready to do focus cards. Focus cards are amazing. Basically, they're index cards, and they are designed. I'm going to start having it set out so you guys can write your own resource, your own focus cards, so that when you go through any kind of a program through the Healing Garden, I can give you the instructions for creating your own. Maybe I'll just do a PDF printout so you can make your own focus cards. I use focus cards and I love them. It allows me to, okay, what do I need to focus on today? And now I've got my focus cards. I want to have it so you guys can go right onto my website and purchase your own focus cards, but that's probably going to be in a year or two. So for now, it's going to be like a PDF printout where you guys can just print out your own thing and you can make your own focus cards. That way, if you need to, like while you're working on conditioning and training your RAS, you can do that. And I'm probably going to do the same thing with skill building. That way you can like stay on task as far as doing what with those. So that's one of the tools that we were putting together. And that's, so I really love the idea of doing like our resource department, but I wasn't quite sure how to explain it, because when I got to the word human resources, I'm like, God, it's so Soylent Greeny. It's so gross. It's so Soylent Green. So I'm going to change it so it's not called human resources. And we're going to do something much more palatable, like patron. Oh, I like that. The patrons' resources. Resources for patrons. It could be like our resources, like Anna's resource box. I have my goodie box. And my goodie box is really my resources that I offer people. So maybe that's what I'll do, is like Anna's magical chest, or Anna's magical resource box. Something like that. I already have like a whole stage thing that I do, and that would just like tag on to that. So that's something I have, but just I needed to get it out there because it was really bothering me, and it was like I got to figure out why this is bothering me. And finally going through and explaining human resources, I see the factory of people being turned into Soylent Green, and I'm like, that's human resources. Like, ew, can we please have a possessive S? I'd like to buy a vowel, please. That was so gross. So not human resources, humans resources. So yes. Our people's resources, Yeah, I know it's not aesthetically pleasing. You know why it's not aesthetically pleasing? It's because it's wrong, because it's not right. That's why. So we need to figure it out. And human resources is really disgusting. Someone thought, oh, that didn't sound good. And instead of actually cleaning it up, they decided to just drop the S. But when you drop the S, you become Soylent Green. You don't want that. Oh, all right, we got to figure out something else here. The resources for people. Ooh, nourishing resources. See, there you go, nourishing resources. There you go. I just sold nourishing resources. Your nourishing resources. See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That's why you have a think tank, so you can come up with this shit. Your nourishing resources. It's honestly, this is what it reminds me of. The fountain of youth. It reminds me of the fountain of youth. El Dorado. I just need it. What is this? No, I don't want any more AI. I'm all right. I have boycotted AI because I believe in art from people. Somebody wrote this meme. I loved it so much. It was, I don't want an AI that does my reading of my books for my writing of my books and my artwork. What I want is an AI app that does my laundry and my dishes so I can do my art. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Oh yes, your nourishing resources. Oh yeah, the fountain of youth. That's what I was doing. The fountain of youth. I've already like researched the fountain of youth like so many times. I read a whole book on the fountain of youth behind me. The fountain of youth is a mythical spring which allegedly restores the youth of anyone who drinks or bathes in it. Oh, totally. Tales of such a fountain have been recounted around the world for thousands of years, appearing in the writings of Herodotus and the Alexander Romance and in the stories of Prester John, early Crusades. I know about the Caribbean ones during the Age of Exploration. I know about those ones. That's in my book back there. Yeah, with Juan Ponce de Leon. Early accounts. The really long Greek word that I can't pronounce, ichthyophagied. Ichthyophagied. I can do this because it's Iphigenia. So it's Iphigenia. I can do this. So it's ichthyo, yeah, and it's like Icarus, ICHTH, thigh, like it's like feet. Okay, feeds. All right, so I got this. Ichthyophagied. It's ichthyophagied. Then in their turn questioned the kings concerned the term of life and diet of his people, and we're told that most of them lived to be 120 years old. While some even went beyond that age, they ate boiled flesh and had for their drink nothing but milk. When the ichthyophagy showed wonder at the number of the years, he led them to a fountain wherein they had washed, they found their flesh all glossy and sleek, as if they had bathed in oil, and a scent came from the spring like that of violets. Maybe it was violet oil in the water. The water was so weak, they said, that nothing could float in it, neither wood nor any lighter substance, but all went to the bottom if the account of this fountain be true. It would be their constant use of the water from it which makes them so long-lived. Water of life. Now I have the philosopher's fountain. I like the water of life. I don't like the water of life. That sounds too religious. I don't like that at all. I think I'll do the fountain of nourishing. All I can think of is Kung Fu Panda. We do not wash our pits in the pool of sacred tears. The fountain of nourishing. Now there was something else I did done the other day. It was the forbidden. It was the life's reward fruit. The reward of life fruit. I can't remember what it was, but basically fruit means any reward. Fruit means reward. And I was going over the 12 ethics, and basically there's rewards you get for doing the 12 ethics, like nature's rewards. Yeah, it's natural fruit. It's Mother Nature's natural fruit. It's natural fruit of life, I think is what I called it. Mother Nature's fruit of life. And this is one of my favorite stories, was Mother Nature's fruit of life, where narcissists will try and cheat the ethics to get the fruits of life. In fact, that's what it is. This is all that it is there are fruits of life. Power is a fruit of life. You don't get power unless you go through the 12 ethics. But narcissists are pursuing the fruit of life without the ethics. You can't do that. You can't cheat Mother Nature. So Mother Nature has this cheat code where if you try to pursue the fruit of life without the ethics, you get consumption. And that's it's gorgeous. Like she is like, you beautiful bitch, I love you so much. And that's it right there. Is that exactly? Is if you try to pursue the fruit of life without the ethics, you're going to get consumption. Consumption is narcissism. That's where it comes from, is you are pursuing the fruits of life without the ethics. And you remember, I'm gonna say this so many times because it's the curse of the black pearl. If I were to translate all of this for you, it's the curse of the black pearl. That is it exactly. It's when you pursue the fruit of life, and no matter how much you have it, you have less of it. It is just, and that's what narcissism is. It's the curse of the black pearl. So you cannot get the fruit of life any other way. It's just like, oh, it's just, oh, I love it. I love it. Moral justice. All right. If you want to explore more and set off the next action in this chain reaction, go ahead and click on the link below. Thank you so much. And may the kindest of words always find you.